All right, so I'm gonna start the live trade here for Wi-Fi way before I enter it. Okay, so I got no position right now, as you can see, no positions, nothing taken today. I got a bankroll where I can play up to about $16,000, which I won't clearly, because I know how to manage my risk a lot better than that of an amateur. Playing a small account for you guys here. So my goal here for Wi-Fi is a break to the upside. Okay, what I like about this is that it's conforming this symmetric, or sorry, this ascending type of triangle already, and this ascending type of triangle has been formed for about 5 hours already, and 6 hours, 5 6 hours ish, or 5 hours, sorry, which is trivial, so excuse that. And I think we got one, one poke there, one there, and I think we're gonna break up somewhere there. So my goal is to buy right around here because of this green box, because of the activity region. It also hits like a support down over here of the slope support that's been formed since 7 this morning. So then I think we're gonna break above to the upside there for a really stupid gain. Yeah, I think that's gonna happen. I don't have any other choice but to believe that. But based on Elliott wave, here it looks like it might even be at its peak, and the thing is we're bearishly diverging on like the 30-minute time frames already, and the not the 1 hour yet though. We're not really doing anything on the 1 hour. It just looks like it's ready to keep going up. So realistically, we're not really bearishly diverging on anything. Maybe the 15 minutes a little bit, but that's such a stupid time frame to be comparing this on right now. And then I just keep going down this list for Wi-Fi, and I'm thinking to myself that like the Elliott wave structure, this is definitely a one. That's definitely a two somewhere, in my opinion. And I think that this is now Subway's one, two. I think that's now one, two, three, four, and the five. So this is now a one, one, two. I think that's a three. This structure there four, and there's a five that wants to break out of here. This whole thing is four. That's forming right now. So I'm gonna go to a really low time frame, and I'm gonna see how this is going. So right now I'm on a 5 minute chart right here, and on a 5 minute time frame now. Okay. So I'm gonna see if there's a bounce here at the support that I'm referencing, and I'm gonna wait. So we're dropping right now. I'm gonna wait right there to see if there's any reaction there. Like we're only a few percentages away, so it makes sense for me to even start buying very very soon. But yeah, this is definitely like it might not even get there, right? I might be drawing it wrong, and this is kind of the most that's gonna get to. You don't know, and you don't even know if it's gonna bounce either. But hey, at least on the it's above some certain EMAs that are pretty relevant since this is pretty bullish. Huh. So taking a look at this, we're actually doing exactly what I was talking about now. We're getting to there, so I'm gonna start buying a little bit. I want to make sure I'm only gonna buy one Wi-Fi, which is about $10,000. So I'm gonna go to my market here. I'll buy 0.25 at a time. This is really getting nasty here. Let's go to a way lower time frame. 3 minute time frame is pretty good. I want to buy it above that support. That's for sure. 88, 87. We're gonna take a look at the volatility here right now. 87, 88. Let's go 0.5. 88, 85. This is buy 0.5 right now. Okay, so this one just went through right there. We're in for $5,000 here right now. So 86, 88, 68, 72, back to 90, 65s. We're dipping down to. So if we're going down to the 65s, they're probably maybe a little bit lower. I'm gonna buy another 0.5 or 25 here, just to put some in here. Let's put some at 1850. See if this bid's gonna work out. So I got mine right there still. 1850, 63. No, I don't think it's gonna go down and dip there. We're getting that wick already. See, it's looking really really nice. I don't know once again if this is even gonna end up staying above here, but I'm gonna try no matter what to catch this one because I like these types of structures. Lots of success. Okay, now it's definitely dipping up, so I want to buy another 0.25 here. I'm gonna cancel my open order. Gonna go to market. 0.25. Make sure you guys are pretty fast with this. It's like a video game almost sometimes. So now I'm in for 0.25 here. Okay, my base price is about 10,900. I am in a long. Yes, I am. So let's do this. See, now it's spiking up here. Let's buy the other 0.25. 88, 89, sell off, tiny bit of volume here. Let's see if there's capitulation. 5-minute chart here, we're seeing above the 55 EMA here. Looking really good, 14s across the board. Let's buy another one here because I see it spike up to the 30s based on price actions. Looking really nice right now. That little wick here gives me a lot of confidence on a small time frame. That's a half a percent. Okay, so I'm buying a little bit high. 0.25, 0.25. The average of 940 at 900 is 920. So I half of 9 at 920 and 900. So my average price is 10,910 from what I calculated in my head. Okay, 910, right? You guys understand the math? Because you take of those two right there, okay, and that you just round it up to 940 and 900. If I have half of each, then the average of 940 and 900 is 920, right? So then now I have at 920 half of one, and I have at 900 half of one. So the middle of 900 and 920 is just 910. So 10,910 is my base price there. I'm gonna just put in here for safekeeping. I'm so anal retentive that like I jeebers am I ever anal retentive. So let's just write all this down here. Just make sure I think it might be like 1089 or something like that, or 09 doesn't really matter. 938, 900, and then 0.5 at 10, 897, right? Yeah, there you go. So I said 910. It's actually 911, whatever. So 10, 10, 9, 11. I bought one coin there. Okay, and now we're going to target a pretty reasonable amount here. So I'm going to go into my long position, and I'm going to probably take 100% of my profit up there instead. For a 3% gain there, I'm now in a position for pretty decent, I have to admit. I'm only going to go for a 1% risk. I am not risking more than that because that implies it's way lower than the channel. Maybe I have 1.5%. Now I got 2.34 RR. Okay. Now I got 2.34 RR, looking pretty good. My stop is about, we'll say, like right at the bottom end of here. Okay. My stop is about 10,735. Let's say 10,735. My target is going to be roughly up here. Let's say 11,280. Okay, 11,280, and then 11,280 here. I now have my RR of about 2.3, it says there, but you know, sometimes it's inaccurate because I don't have the exact same numbers. You know what I mean? Oh, my entry price 910, that's why. So now we are at 2.11. It says my RR there, and on my sheet it says 0.11 as well. So yeah, man. So I got a chance to lose 180, and then I got a chance to win 364 today. Looks pretty good to me, right? It's a good live trade, man. All right, so now we trend right down to where the support is. So now we're going to see if this actually ends up holding or not. We're really in a bad spot right now. For the bulls, I think it's going to slightly bounce here, but you just never know how things are going to hold. I personally believe we're going to see, this is what I like, which people don't notice. This point there is clearly a higher low than that point right there. But this point is a lower low than that previous point. So this one's a higher low, but the R side's a lower low, which implies a continuation to the upside. That was such a nice freaking bounce. I swear I would have caught that, man. I definitely would have caught that one. So now we're trending really on the low side of this, just on the cusp of breaking below. So I might have been wrong about this one entirely. So there was a pretty big drop on Bitcoin. When I say pretty big, I'm talking like from the perspective of 110 an hour and a half to now, which was 2.5%. So Bitcoin wanted to just drop hard there. And the thing about Bitcoin right now is that we counted this as our third wave. So we're saying that it can get to like the 382 region around the $15,000 range. And it almost got there actually. It got to 15,166. Make sure you guys keep that on. The open, high, low, close. Make sure you keep that on. It's really important sometimes to see that for the price. Because like, it's not that accurate just by looking to the right there. I'd rather have an exact price. And then when you click on here to pull it down, you can see like the volume, the EMAs and stuff, which I only use for volume to be honest. Okay, because if you put your mouse on here, like if you put your mouse on here, it just shows you for the price. It doesn't talk about the volume unless you like have that turned on. So it's the only way for you to see it. So I think that Bitcoin is doing all right. So I'm still in that exact same position. Exact same position. Let me get the master tracker up. I don't know why I don't have it on. I'm gonna play a little bit of music. I'm gonna keep it really, really quiet though. I apologize. Trust me, it's gonna be really quiet, I promise. I need to have a little bit of like music going always, otherwise I go crazy, like staying at home all the time by myself. Do you know what I mean? I'm home all the time by myself. You guys see me put in 12-hour days sometimes. And like I apologize, like I don't even notice that the music is on sometimes. It's kind of like it becomes background noise depending on my mood. Yeah, you guys should watch this, man. Like this is beautiful. If you guys ever want relaxing music when you're trading, just like here's the title. Oh, not this guy, but like hold on, not this guy. There's like, let me find it. Give me a second. It's a pretty cool playlist. This one right here, it's actually amazing. You guys can see the title there, right? It's like a dude playing, there's like animation. I keep it on my other laptop here that you guys don't see. And it's just really relaxing. It just calms me the fuck down if I ever need to make a decision. So I'm doing very well right now on this trade, okay guys? I didn't get shaken out at all. Like sure, this dipped a little bit, but I didn't get shaken out. My average price is still the exact same there at 10, 9, 11. So now we're at 11,100. Okay, 11,100. Wow, we're really up there. 1130, like 11,130 even. Okay, so we're up a lot already in this trade, and the main reason I went to this trade, right, is because I originally identified it as like a possible ascending type of triangle, but it didn't. It wasn't an ascending triangle, right? It kind of broke down from where I wanted it to go from there. So then I reevaluated and I took this point right there as a support. Okay, and it was on the 15-minute chart there. Oh no, it wasn't on the 15-minute. It was on the 5-minute chart here that I'm playing it. Okay, so I bought it actually on the dip over here. Remember, I bought the dip over here, and the reason I bought it is because I thought that there's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going up, 1, 2, 3, right, and the 4 above there, and now we're going to be like trending to maybe break above here just slightly, or some ascending triangle, but instead it didn't, right? So I thought it was going to. Okay, do you guys remember when I was drawing like something like that or something? Remember, I was drawing something like that. I'll take all this out first. And they broke through, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Super surprised. Very surprised. So then I just started drawing something like that. We understand that already. Do that. And then I figured we're going to probably hit the top of this channel. Or at least right here. Okay, so I'm going to take my profit right now, actually. Okay, so this was a really good trade. I originally thought that this was going to be an ascending type of triangle based on just what we're seeing right there, okay? That's what I originally thought. But it actually broke through right over here. So then I re-identified my supports right there, okay? And then I just dragged it by holding control. And I realized there's two things. One, there's a resistance right here where we double top before, we can say. And the second region is over here, where we're probably going to end up not passing it. Whew, a little bit out of breath. I was playing with Luna. So I got in some pretty good prices right here on a low at 211, which was about 40-50 minutes ago. I averaged out to everything that you see here right now. And I actually have one total. Sorry. So my average price is about 10, 9, 11. So they were pretty good prices, right? And I only got one coin of it. So we're at about 11,100 right now, so I'm up about $184 on this trade, but it looks like it's going to go up to about 11,150. So these are pretty good trades, I have to admit, right? So I got really decent prices there. So now it's probably gonna spike up to about 11 like 150, I'm guessing. So I'm just gonna start taking my profit over here, okay? So I'm gonna just normal sell one that I have. Oh, sorry, you guys don't see, so you don't need to see the level 2, do you? Let's go here at this price, at the one I said earlier. So I'm gonna put at the 1150 here, and this is just a limit. Let's see if it actually ends up getting gobbled up here. Let's go to the original view, 1 minute window, and see how this is gonna fare. It's almost there actually. And there we go, the orders got filled in. So I sold it at 11,150, and bam guys, that's how you do it. That's for another $234 profit right there, 2% scalp on an $11,000 position, which puts me at 900 Canadian dollars today, another $100, and I'm at $1,000, 2 for 2 trades. Hello everybody, how are you all doing today? It's now November the 6th, it's a Friday, it's about 3 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Manitoba, Canada. For those serious traders out there, whenever you're in a very stressful situation, I highly recommend for you guys to listen to this. You can see the title here and just YouTube it. It's beautiful. It's just some dude playing like classical music, and there's like animation. I keep it on my tablet here that you guys don't see, and it's very visually relaxing and also to your ears as well. So give that a shot if you guys are ever wanting to get some, you know what, it's not too conducive. Some people listen, I find that a lot of my trader friends, they listen to like classical music or very soft music, something that really stimulates that up there. So we're gonna get into a quick fire rapid round right now, and we're gonna see what we can be doing. So we got into some really good trades today already. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed my last trade that you just saw there. And we're gonna just do a quick rapid fire round to see what kind of opportunities that we can catch here today, because it's been a very volatile market. 30%, 18%, 17, what the fudge sickles, stickles, right? Well, Music Go even had a decent day, 4% on a 5-minute chart there. It's actually pretty cool that it's gone up this much. Let's see what the percentage is. Is it worth my time? 25%, not bad. Let's see the volume though. $8 million in volume, which is not the best. So, meh, we're gonna give it a thumbs down. Let's go with a rapid fire quick analysis of what I think is happening. So BTC right now, as it stands, I believe that this is the ultimate wave count. We're gonna go as fast as we can, just like maybe 2 minutes each coin, not even. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The reason I say that is because I see this is a subwave 1, 2, and I see it as 3, 4, and a 5 going to the upside there, where this makes 1, 2, and that makes a 3 there, a 4, and a 5. And then we break it down even further, and we see that there's only 2 subwaves in this particular one there. That gives us a 1 and a 2 and a 3, and not a 4 there. Okay, not a 4 there. And sorry, we're working on a 4, in my opinion, where I thought it was going to retrace to 382 here, but we were actually like $100 off. So not 150 off. So I'm waiting for the final 5th wave that can break to the upside. And then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to see what alts I can actually short. So that's going to be very nice. And then now I take a look at Wi-Fi. It's incredibly interesting to me. We get a doji yesterday, and today we get a huge bullish green candle. One of the most bullish candles that you can possibly see when it comes to trading, okay? So we can clearly see this bullish pin bar identified on the 4-hour chart. And then it comes to the upside, retraces actually right at the 61.8 level, and then it just launches to the upside, doing some massive gains here of, I think, an extension ratio of about 1.618 almost. So then we get an extension of about between 1 and 1.618. So we know for a fact that this is now 1, 2, and a possible 3 in the forming. but we need to go into a lower time frame because all that we see is that it is a possible 3, but what happens, what is going on inside of there, which we don't know about. Okay, so the way that I'm clearly seeing this now, that there's more data, is this is a 1 and this is now 1 2 3 4 5. It still fits the requirement, right? Because we're getting so hyperbolically extended in a parabola, and the wave 5 becomes longer than the wave 3. Okay, and then this goes to the 5. This whole thing is a 5, in my opinion. Okay, this whole thing is a 5 in there, because then we're getting like kind of like a here, and this happens sometimes. It really does, because we see on the downtrend, and I don't want to find an Elliott wave, but I know that I forgot what it's called as well, but we can get something kind of like that. Okay, I'll show you it. Actually, I'm gonna find it. I've been looking for it for like 4 minutes, but I can't seem to find it. Yeah. But anyways, you're gonna have to take my word for it, right? I mean, could even be in a different book. Yeah, I couldn't tell you, but it could finish like that, right? Just like on the uptrend there. 3 is a little bit longer, right? It's kind of like an ending 5th wave diagonal, but in more like a channel. And the 5th is a little bit smaller, or it doesn't even get there. So that happens as well. And if this were to be true, then the first one's kind of big, and then we get like a 1 2 3 4 5 in it, or that could be even the 3. Okay, like it's possible that that's even the 3 up there. That's the 4 down there for the retracement, and then this is finishing up a 5 in the way that I described earlier, where it's just doing something like a 1 2 3 4 5, and then it breaks to the downside. So I'm pretty okay. Now I'm gonna get back to what I was gonna say earlier. So this happened. This is how I made my last trade that you guys just saw. It was on a 5-minute chart. Identified this double top here first of all. I said to myself, okay, well, is that an ascending triangle? Is it really? So I thought it was going to break like that to the upside. Lots of points, points, points. But instead it ends up breaking to the downside. Right here, okay? So it breaks to the downside instead. And now it actually gets back into that triangle, which is, wow, mind-blowing, okay? But I didn't end up drawing it that way. What I ended up doing was just trying to see if there was a different way to draw this. Okay, so I ended up drawing it something like that. Like that, because I assumed that in a different candle, that probably would have just been like a wick or something like that. So then I said to myself, all right, well, there might be a good support there. And I was buying it on the bounce down. I was buying it like almost right here, remember? So I thought it was going to go up above the support, but it hits here instead and it goes up. So right now, the way that I'm looking at Wi-Fi is that I think it's going to end up hitting up this top end there. So I'm really tempted to short it there. I'm waiting for this right there. But if it hits the lower end, I'm probably going to end up longing it because I think this pattern is going to conform. This Wi-Fi is a little bit different. Moving on to the other one. This one here probably ends up making a channel down. So it's a little bit different right now than the other one. Just depends on how you look at it, I suppose. But this one's not nearly as interesting, so I only want to focus on one for now. Leave it here. But if you guys are looking at this one, obviously a support's going to be somewhere there if the other ones are conforming similarly. So this one here, Uni now, okay, it ended up just kind of sidewaysing after a massive rally. Uni ended up doing all together. This was my other trade that I took today. I got into one in the middle of the last night. And then after that, I got some this morning around 9:50ish. So 54% for Uni, and also like 54%-ish for Wi-Fi as well. So the thing about Wi-Fi is it actually has the first wave going to the upside like that, right? Uni's first wave is like really high, and if we take an extension, it's not like a 1618 like the other one. In fact, it doesn't even get to 1-to-1, which heavily implies one thing. It heavily implies that it is going to most likely be a leading first wave diagonal type of formation. So if you take a look, or it's just not even close to complete yet. We only hit 786 thus far. That means that we gotta zoom in on the smaller time frame and see if we can identify what waves these are. And the only thing that I can personally think of right now, just quick looking at it, glancing at it quickly, that's probably a 1. This is probably a, right there, a full wave, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if that even makes sense. Let's go even deeper. No, it doesn't really want to make sense to me. AB, this could be a truncated C. That could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So a 5 is still in the formation here. This is a 4. I mean, look at the other ones, right? We're saying that this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which completes a third wave, or sorry, one entire wave here. That means that for uni, they could mean this. Well, this is doing the 5th, and for vet, like, or sorry, for uni, we don't even have a 5th that's in yet. So we asked ourselves, is the 5th in already? Maybe we knew that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was a beautiful one, right? Beautiful impulse wave going up. So this is a very confusing coin, in my opinion, to chart with Elliott wave right now. So if you go to even like a 1 hour, it might seem to make sense the most. But the way that I'm seeing this right now is, unlike Wi-Fi, where it's like reaching the high again and trying to break above it, we see Uni right here barely retracing back to that high from a few hours ago. In fact, it only retraced about 0.5%. So we don't know what this is exactly right now with this structure. This could be a 1, 2, that could be a 3, and that could be a 4, and one more going up perhaps. So right now, it's, yeah, sure, it's very volatile. It gained a lot of ground this morning, which I wasn't up for, since we're, when usually people in Canada are not really up, like, unless they have like a different sleeping schedule. So this was around 4, 5, 6 in the morning. So of course we're gonna miss a lot of these trades. And right now we take a look at the RSI. We say the RSI is really not anything high on the 4 hour, like on the 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour daily. It's pretty neutral, but we know that it is on an uptrend. We don't need to have all our sides like completely high in the crazy zone to be bullish. Clearly we're bullish right now. It just takes time for it to trend into that very bullish territory. So for now, I gotta put uni on the back burner because I feel like I'm running out of options on what to trade. I mean, earlier before it was just like a long, and that's that, right? It was just like a long opportunity, but now we're kind of like sideways in for a while here within like 2-3% since like for like 6 hours now, and I'm out of ideas on what to enter, like where to enter this, what the wave is. So clearly that's a 1, 2, and maybe that's a 3 there. Working on a 4, 5, something like that right now. And then we break it down further again, and we say if that was a third wave, we only see a 1, 2, 3, and a 4 right now. So maybe there's a 5. That is really interesting. I'm not gonna go over vet. I dedicated like a crazy technical analysis to vet already earlier, and also on my Twitter, which I highly, or sorry, my Facebook, which I highly recommend that you follow me or add me. I'm right there. I also post a lot of personal things, so maybe keep it more PG rated since I have family and friends there. And then, yeah, I annotated a very detailed chart for vet, and I'm gonna stick by it with one of my predictions. And then, what else? Okay, so moving down the chain, SXP is kind of similar to Wi-Fi, I have to admit. It's similar to Wi-Fi because it actually makes a very clear-cut first wave, which is right there. All right, really clear. And then we can take our fib extension and we say this actually does above 1618. Wi-Fi did between 1 and 1618, whereas SXP ended up going way above that to between 1618 and 2618. So clearly this is forming some sort of wave up as well, right? And clearly that's got to be 1. There's no choice. We have to call that 1 1 always for what we see. This one here, we don't know. It's not like that's overlapping that bad. This could be some ugly expanding first wave. I don't freaking know. It's just, it can be so complicated to add Elliott wave into quick fire rounds. So I'm not even going to bother doing that right now, okay? I apologize for even trying. I'm seeing that on the daily, it's definitely skyrocketing, right? But it's now in neutral zone. So SXP, we call that with like, with so much accuracy, guys. If you remember, like, pat yourselves in the back. If you remember yourself, convincing yourself, whether you got the idea yourself or whether I might have put it into your head. Either way, we helped each other, right? You guys said that you agree with me, so I kept my word that I kept my bias on XXP like rallying hard. So we clearly see here now on this time frame that that's a 1, okay? That's a 1, and now we see this is a 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and we know there's a 5. It's not even close to finish yet, this impulse wave. And we know that this could be like this because it's so parabolically going upwards. So now we go to a lower time frame, just like on Uni now, right? And we say, like, we know that the 1 is somewhere in here. It's probably a 1, probably a 2, who knows, right? And then that's probably a 3, and the 4 is still forming, and then there's a 5 to finish the third, which we can see in the higher time frame. So if we had to do it, we'd probably do something in that area, okay? And then we know that's a 4 and a 5. So it's most likely something like that. Yeah. Man, my tongue hurts lately from talking a lot. You guys remember my little accent, whatever. So Litecoin is very interesting as well. Oh, wow. Remember I said earlier in my other tweet that Litecoin is getting to an area of importance? We got there. Cool. Interesting. So, I like Litecoin because, first of all, let's clear all this up. It retraced 61.8% right here. Okay, 61.8 coming from down here to here, I mean. See that? And then it made that right there. Right there in the 61.8 hit. Do you see? And then we all went short there because everybody saw that coming, because Ethereum did the exact same thing. So we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone right now, I guess. Ethereum came down, and then we also retraced to 61.8. Oops, I'm not taking it from the lowest there. So 61.8 exactly. And then after that, we took the retracement of this one inside of here alone, okay? And a lot of people bought at the 3A2 range, okay? Just like Litecoin, 3A2. So it was actually a very bullish retracement. Sorry, wrong spot. Here we go, right there. So you see the 3A2 here now, okay? And what was really cool about both of these coins was that they have highly surpassed this original drop that made the 3A2 retracement. This drop right there as well. So these two are very similar. So now we see that Ethereum is trending to the 786, and also we see Litecoin is trending to the 786, if not there already. Okay, 786. So they're both like identical coins almost. So we're trending to a major resistance region for Litecoin and for Ethereum as well. So we're like in really, really deadly territory right now. So we don't know what's going to happen yet, but what I like about them is they're going really up. Okay, ADA, not really that interested in it, because remember how I mentioned that all these coins, they ended up coming to the downside. Okay, they come to the downside just like that, and then they go up, and then they come down retracement. Remember what Ethereum and Litecoin did? They broke past that high, and they retraced really high. And then they retraced really high to 786, right? So this sucks here because this one here, it's not bullish because it didn't retrace that much, right? A much more bullish one would have been like, bam, let's double top that. And then this comes down. You know that it's fairly bearish because it comes down a lot. Makes sense? It's very bearish because it comes down a lot to 61.8, if you remember. 61.8, that's where people went long. But you look at a coin like Litecoin and Ethereum, it doesn't come down a lot. It doesn't go down to 61.8. It goes down to 38.2. Look. It goes down to 38.2 only because it's very, like, around there. Because it's very, very... Oh, sorry, I'm not doing it even close to accurately. 38.2-ish because it's very bullish. And then it actually has the capacity to go all the way up there. A bearish coin will retrace to 61.8, and that's what ADA did. And ADA doesn't even actually get to the resistance. That's how crappy it is. So now it goes in my shit list, I call it. The coin I don't even want to look at right now because it's not that volatile. It's not moving compared to other coins. So it gets a pretty strong emotion. Link is the exact same thing actually as ADA. And I don't need to explain that again, right? It may have moved up like 20 whatever percent there, but you got to understand that other coins moved up 50%, okay? And they had way more volume. So ADA and Link, they're not coins I would really day trade right now, unless they're just lagging behind there and they're trying very, very hard to get to that support line, the original high. Okay, so if Link got there, who knows? Maybe it will end up doing like another how do I can't click on this, 7-8%, but that's going to be really slow when there's other coins I can put my money into that will yield a way better return. Can you guys hear me? Is the music loud? I feel just shitty like listening to music with you guys sometimes. So I also don't care. So Neo, nothing here is very interesting at all. BCH, not really interested in BCH. It didn't even move. Nothing. Umizigo did double digits, but the volume is only 6 mil. So I don't really care about 6 million when there's other coins that are 100 million. XRP, who cares about XRP? So basically everything from ADA and under, they're on my shit list. And everything above here, they're very interesting to be observing right now. So I'm having a lot of fun looking at this. So the top picks today are basically going to be, right now, I'm looking for a short opportunity for Wi-Fi now. Gonna wait for it to be up there. But if it breaks above there, of course I'm gonna go long, hard. But this is my original goal right here. I'm gonna try to get into a short position here, super tight stop, and then of course target the bottom for maybe a 3 to 4% scalp there. Even a 2% scalp, I'd be very, 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 very happy if I could nail it with accuracy. Because 2%, it just keeps adding up, you know? Like, it just keeps adding up when you keep taking the trades. So, wow, Wi-Fi is my #1 pick still right now. This one here, if it gets to the bottom, the other Wi-Fi, I'll go long on it, right? Short up there. But the other Wi-Fi is more likely to go up there. This Wi-Fi is more likely to get to the bottom since it's closer, I guess. So this one here will still be a pretty nice percentage gain of about 5 to 6%. Uni, I don't know right now, like I mentioned, is taking a back seat. Nothing is incredibly high or low. The count is pretty hard as well, right? Really, really difficult to be quite honest. Vet is a really hot pick. You actually get promoted over Uni right now because I'm looking for a retracement after like one more wave up there where I'm going to short it probably and then long it from there to there. So 2 plays here at once. SXP, yeah, I'm not really too interested in it right now. Yeah, because there's just too much data to process between Wi-Fi and VET right now, and especially following Bitcoin. So these are my afternoon thoughts, and I'll keep you updated later. Bye now.